What's up, guys? Glad to be back. I'm sorry I haven't had time to produce a lot of content, but today I'm here again to show you some new tools, techniques you can use to develop your VTEX website, VTEX IO, of course. And today I'm going to show you how you can use this new VTEX checkout UI custom, an app from VTEX. Basically, what this does is just like, if you go to store team, you're gonna see a very simple checkout. But the problem is that this checkout doesn't give you a lot of freedom to work with multiple workspaces. So you are basically changing the content of the most crucial part of the website live. And even though you could do work with some workarounds like proxies, it's not convenient. So one of the first things that I do when I take any client is just migrating to this new checkout UI custom. It gives you a lot of freedom in terms of user experience. It's super easy to manipulate data, colors, JavaScript, CSS, and you have even a history of all the changes you've done. So I strongly recommend you to also use that too. Another thing that while developing this video, I noticed that an error has occurred to me many times. As you can see here, I was getting this App Store contract not found, App Store contract not found. And I was kind of frustrated with this. And then I remember we had an issue in the past with this same error. I could not find anything in the internet regarding that. But since I talked to one of VTEX employees, he explained me what is this, and I'm gonna show in this video how to solve that issue too. So, see you soon! So guys, here we are. If we go to continue our sequence of videos, I'm back into my tutorial workspace, and as you guys probably have seen in the past, we have developed a store team template, and currently what we have in our checkout is the old-fashioned CMS checkout here. And as I told you, we're gonna give some upgrades to this one. Before going to the code, I just want to show you the structure that we have nowadays to use that. So basically, going to the admin section of the website, we have many here in our case, so it's just our team tests a lot of things, but I'm gonna show you a very default one where you have the structure here as the checkout header, checkout footer, then you have here the JS, you have the CSS. So back in the days, if you would want to update the content of your checkout, you would have to update that here, and this is, once you click here, is live. And that was kind of dangerous. We had to use some tools like this one here. We had this custom redirects that was using proxies with ngrok. So it was a lot of work to make it some tests. And now VTEX developed a new tool, the VTEX checkout UI, right? And this here basically gives you, again, as I told you, more freedom. Is an app from VTEX, and the only thing that remains as the same like in the past is that the header and the footer needs to be done through that section. So even though we are using the new checkout UI, it is still the footer and the header still work with the old configuration. All right, so the first thing we want to do in this case is to install. I'm back here to my code, custom block VTEX from the old one. But what we want to do is actually install this app. So let's go to the documentation and follow the steps here. So they say we need to run this with VTEX install checkout UI custom. So let's go ahead and run that. So now I got it working, but I want to show you something that was happening in the past. As I show you in the video, as I show you in the video, I was trying to install before VTEX install checkout UI, and I was getting installation fail, App Store contract not found. In this case, it's working because I've done what is needed to be done. This is a new flow VTEX created to install apps, and I find a bit difficult to you know, make such a change and not inform or update all the documentation. So right now, every time you need to install a new app and you try to do this here without going through the App Store, you might get this error. App Store contract not found. Why that? Because you need to go, in this case, let's suppose I got that error, right? I would just suppose I have not installed it here. Let me just uninstall it. I would just uninstall this here. Okay, let's go ahead. And now here on my admin, you will see that we have this section. Let me change this to English. You will see here we have a part of like apps, and then I have my apps. And here we're gonna have all the apps installed, the apps not installed. And what happens is the following. When I need an app, for example, I had search here for I had a search here for checkout. So I could not find anything here, so I could not install it. The next step, I would have to go to the App Store, look for the app, so in this case it's this one, and I would have to install it. But before doing this, sometimes they require you to go through the App Store here. So for example, I'm testing with some that I have not installed in the app, just for you to know. So you're gonna be redirected to the App Store, and here you have to get the app. And here you're gonna select the store you wanna use it, and once you confirm, it's done. But what happens for the first time, for me, I could not replicate that because it's, well, I've already accepted, but VTEX is gonna ask you to accept the terms and conditions from the App Store. And that's what is saying that error. I mean, in that error is saying exactly like this. It's showing exactly like this, App Store contract not found. This is the terms and agreement that you will need to go through the App Store, download an app, accept that agreement, and then it's supposed to work for you. Actually, it worked for me. I strongly recommend you to do the same. Try to get the app, accept terms and conditions, and you won't have any issue after that. Let me know if you manage to find this solution. Otherwise, we can also see if more things are happening. But I'm confident this is gonna help you, because it's the second time it happens to us with different accounts, and both of them got solved. So just for your information. All right, moving to the next step then, let's install our VTEX Checkout UI custom. It's already, we just installed it. So now, as you can see, let me go, oh, I just closed, I didn't want to close that, but no problem. And I will open this one also here, then we can follow live. So once you install it, you're gonna see this new option here, Checkout UI Custom. Now, just for you to see it, if I go to the website now, since I already installed the app, it already changed. So it's not using anymore the old one. It's using the new Checkout UI. So it just basically overrides the old one. And here, as you can see now, I will have all these tools that I told you before. And here I can work with the history that I want. So basically here I have the history of all the changes. I can just load one of them, and here I will have it. Important, what I want to do now is the following. I want to, well, basically delete this part. I'm not a big fan of this. If you like it, go ahead, but I just don't like it. I want to use my logo, and I want to maybe change some colors, I don't know. So I don't know if you guys have ever added a new image here to your website, but if you haven't, the way to do this here, you can go to CMS, Layout, Files Manager, Images. And here I'm gonna add my code by logo. And I will save that. Now it's saved. So let me just get the name that I want here, because I'm gonna use that. And now what I want to update is actually the header. So I have to go to checkout. And here I will use this default, that is like a very long one. We had this many things, but I have to use this one for this website. So in the header, now you will see here the structure we saw on the website. And basically what we need to do, we need to change a little bit this header. But I don't recommend you to use this as a site editor because it's not just convenient. So what I normally do, I go to my code, and here we can run VTEX init. And in VTEX init, we're gonna have the checkout to UI settings. And this is actually gonna create here a folder for us to start working on it. It's difficult to check out because it's not possible to link your code source here with the main website. So we always have to do a copy and paste. As you can see, we have here the JS, the CSS, but even if I save this change here and I try to link, they don't work, unfortunately. So what I would do here in this case, I would just create a new file called here checkout header.html. Okay, and here now I could start working with my structure. Here, what I would do is like a header, and then I will have a div with a class called container, and close this div. Then here we have a figure, and this figure I have a class like header, header blah blah. I will put here header logo. Then I close that, and then inside of that I will have an href with here going to the main website, title equal code by checkout. Then I will have inside of this here, I have an image. This image, I will use the one we added with the source that's gonna be equals archivos / logo, underline code by, underline complete.png, and here alt code by, and then I can finally close that one. And let me see if I need to put something else. Figure header logo. Then I will add here under that something that I strongly recommend you guys also to add. That is the header secure. It's just to give more trust, to the user, because checkout, you guys probably know how it is. Everybody gets super unsecure if you don't have something like secure written. You can also add a lock here, an image of a lock. This is also cool. So once I have this structure, I'm gonna copy, and then I will paste here. And now I can click save. Let's see how it looks like now. You see, now I have a huge logo, secure checkout. All right, that's fine. Now what we need to do is just basically put in a nice order here. I would just change the footer to just for you to know where to change it. So we have this file checkout footer, and here we'll say like all right reserved to code by LTD. So save. Now you're gonna see here that I have all this. You can do whatever you want there. And then what I want to do, I want to go to my checkout custom. And so I need to make this logo smaller for now. I just gave a class as logo. So let's go there and add a CSS. So I delete this here, but then I keep it together. So class logo. Well, we can do this directly in our new structure here. So now we have our CSS. We can just delete everything here, and I'm gonna make like a logo class, and here I'm gonna have a width of 200 pixels. And now I copy this and paste here. So Okay, so here, now what I need, I want to make this logo here smaller. And I want to make the header container that I haven't closed before. Display flex, align items, center, justify content, space between, or space between. I'm gonna give a marginal right of 30 px. You can give it more if you want, but for me it works fine. And this here I will have to get to the header container. So again here, header container, get this information. So I will copy everything and I will paste here, and hopefully when I do that and I come here, I have everything working fine. So I just want to show that again. If you want to change the colors, the interface, all the infos you need here, you can just play around. I think that's a great way to do it. And you can also see if someone breaks something here, you know exactly who's the person. But yeah, that's it, guys. I think that's my idea. Just solve that issue, showing you how to work with this one. And let me know if you have any questions. See you next video.